been celebrated over 50 years. We have celebrated the accomplishments of many African Americans, nationally and locally. Today, as we celebrate Black History Month, we remember the accomplishments of Annie Heads Rainwater. In 1962, Annie Heads Rainwater filed a civil action suit in the United States District Court versus Carrollton Farmers Branch Independent School District. This was filed in the Dallas Division. Judge Sarah T. Hughes signed the suit order that all races or colors will attend Carrollton Farmers Branch Independent School. Sit back and enjoy the program.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Ruby Finney. I'm a retired teacher at Carrollton Farmers Branch, and I'd like to welcome everyone here, and I'll be your mistress of ceremony today. And next up, we will follow the program as follows. We'll have a song performance by Kennedy and Donovan Wise.
Hey, what? Come on.
Good
I see
afternoon.
y'all. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey. What? Hey, listen up, y'all. I got a story to tell. By the time I'm done, y'all gonna know it pretty well. We going back in Black history to see some African American achievements that came to be.
Anything is possible.
With hard work, there's no obstacle. Hey, come on, anything is possible. With hard work, there's no obstacle. Martin, Rosa, and Thurgood too fight for equal rights to come true. They all shared one big dream for us to become a united team. Let's go. Anything is possible. With hard work, there's no obstacle. Anything is possible. With hard work, there's no obstacle. Come on. Anything is possible. Put your mind to it and you can do it.
Broken barriers,
What?
justice for all. Made Jackie Robinson the first black man to hit a major league.
Bow. Come on.
Possible became a drink of truth.
Okay.
Magic, Julius,
And Michael Jordan too, that's right.
Traffic light,
What?
filament for life.
Okay.
Created by African Americans.
That's pretty tight. Bessie, the first license to fly, and made Jemison win even more high as the first to make it into space. And in tennis, Arthur and Aletha slam at their own pace. Hattie Portia made history as the first African Americans to win an academy. Put your mind to it and you can do it. Put your mind to it and you can do it. Now there's doctors, lawyers, professors, and more. All the way up to press number 44. Let's go. Anything is possible. For hard work, there's no obstacle. Come on, anything is possible. For hard work, there's no obstacle. Now anything is possible.
With hard work, you can do it. Put your mind to it, and you can do it. Put your mind to it, and you can do it.
Anything is possible. Thank y'all.
This occasion with prayer. Heavenly Father, we invite your presence to be here with us. We know that we are here to seek continued growth in unity and love in this community. We thank you for Christ Community Connection and for what they are continuing to do every day and every month here in Carrollton and the surrounding area as they seek to continue that growth that we so need. Father, we are thankful today and we honor Annie Head Rainwater. We honor the others who sacrificed along with her and have helped to bring our communities together and to help us be able to be one people. In many ways, this is not Black History Month because Black is also us. And so, Father, this is our history, and we want to celebrate and keep Annie Head Rainwater and the Black leaders of this community in our prayers and in our presence. And Father, on behalf of the Carrollton Farmers Branch School District. We know that they they are actually building inroads into all facets of our community, and we ask that that will continue. Now bless us this day as we seek to honor Annie Head's Rainwater and the Black community that is a part of us here in Carrollton. In Jesus' precious name I pray. We all said, amen. Amen.
So ready to be molded into a beautiful ring. They say words shouldn't hurt, but they still sting. They make you sad, tear you down, and make you not want to stay. Though some words can mend your heart and brighten up your day. To seek beauty in each day, in love and joy and play, give strength to keep going, though the world can often be showing. Beauty is such an eternal whisper, gleaming glitters of a bright flicker, summons forth a stream of hope, lit in solace with a soul to cope. Hope and beauty intertwine, a single thread through clouded minds. In the night, the light glows, and beauty's glimmer grows and grows. It dazzles without cease, driving back doubt with peace. Graceful as a dove in flight, beauty brings a vision of a love so bright. A dream of joy and endless peace, beauty sets us free from worry and ease. As our souls drip in His form divine, all we can do is hold on and keep faith sublime. Through the darkness we remain strong, and hope and beauty overcome all wrong. Our finite minds, they do entrance, rebuilding faith with a single glance, beauty.
But by the contents of their character. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream that children of all ethnicities would join hands in love.
Dr. King had a dream about freedom. Let freedom ring from every city and every state. A dream for a day when all gods, children, black and white, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will join hands and sing.
I have a dream. I have a dream. What happened in the dream? Am I dreaming?
No matter where you are, no matter how far.
explain why it isn't fair that my children are bused to a school miles and miles away from where we live. Give my voice the power to say it's time for a change, and the change starts now.
Guide my words and actions, Lord, as I stand up for our rights. I am your vessel. Use me so that I may be an example for my children and their children to be brave. Give me the strength. Amen.
I have a dream.
I have a dream. What happened to the dream? Am I dreaming?
Tubman took us on the freedom train.
She took a stand. She took a stand. A song of freedom was her main refrain. Harriet Tubman took a stand. And the people say it's never been that way. Never had freedom all across this land. It's a better way. It's a brand new day. 'Cause Harriet took a stand.
Rosa Parks took us to the front of the bus.
She took a stand. She took a stand. She wanted justice for every one of us. Rosa Parks took a stand. And the people say it's never been that way. Never had justice all across this land. It's a better way. It's a brand new day. 'Cause Rosa Parks took a stand.
Everyone in my dream sacrificed so much of themselves to make sure those after them would not have to face the same hardships, discrimination they endured. They fought tirelessly to make our lives a little bit easier.
Just when I thought my dream couldn't get any better, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. appeared and asked me, how's that dream I had for everyone working out? I didn't know how to tell him that the world still needs work.
I made a promise to myself to do my part and be the dream Dr. Martin Luther King envisioned.
I have a dream. I have a dream.
Now I need everyone in this room to repeat after us loud and clear. I will.
I will.
Do my part.
Do my part.
And be the dream.
And be the dream.
talking about dreams coming true, believe and achieve. Dreams can come true. And please take time to read everything that's around here. It's all beautiful, beautiful. It's about the history.
As Rainwater was always ready to lend a helping hand. Someone needed to take a stand. She was really strong. She wanted to do right, not wrong. She envisioned her children and their friends going to a school close to where she owned land. Having a school with many races was Annie's opportunity. Having a school with different race children was the unity. In 1963, the district schools became integrated and Annie's vision became a reality. Strong and courageous, that was her personality. Annie Head's Rainwater was a strong woman who made an impact on her community.
Stand up for what you deserve, and you might strike a nerve. Stand up for you and all your dreams you should pursue.
Youngsters and the kids, if you would, carry them back there and let them get them down. If they want to play with them, they can play with them, because I'm old and might be here for a while. But the Carrollton Museum of History and Culture was supposed to be here today, so she stepped out. Last minute, she didn't call me, but she texted me and asked me to take over. So that's why you have to be patient with me. I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to help you. If you didn't know, I believe in teaching, having fun, but you got to leave with something in your heart that you didn't know. Otherwise, you waste your time. Is that right? Yeah. We're going to talk about before and the unknown. We're going to talk about before Carrollton became a city. See, this was a city, this was a town and a settlement before Carrollton became a city in 1913. Who knows about that? Nobody, not really. Mary, I told him about it, but nobody else don't know anything about that. This was a city before a city. You're sitting on history, walking around, living every day, and don't even know the foundation. If you don't know your foundation, it's dangerous. If this building did not have a foundation, it would be dangerous for us to be here. For you to walk around here in this community and do not know the history is dangerous for you. Be patient. Keep your ears open, if you would. Museum in Carrollton, but we only have it for one family. That family from 1800 was friends of my family. All of my family been here in the 1800s, but we don't have a family for the people who was here before Carrollton. Well, we have a museum for the families that came and restarted Carrollton, taken over, invaded this community that you're sitting in now, renamed it. They built them a museum, but Ellen Ford Settlement was here before Carrollton, 100 years, do not have a history. Going to Carrollton well. They don't tell you about the history. They don't want you to know the history. That's the dangerous part about it. Keep your ears open, listen. You got the phone, cut it on, because you need to know the history of Carrollton. In the 1840s, most of the historians believe that the Ellen Ford Settlement came from, some of them believe it came from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And these people had money. All my people had money, had land, hundreds of acres of land. They supplied food, raised cotton, corn, raised the kids. Used the land to bless other people in the settlement before Carrollton ever became a city. Back then, they said the population was around 600 people. It's cotton gins. My father and I was small, we would carry crops and the corn and cotton. There used to be a cotton gin at Hebron and right across the railroad track. We'd take our horses with our wagon and take our corn over there. And all our cotton and stuff, to the gin and stuff. Sometimes we'd take our cows and stock downtown and we would sell them. Right there where the Mavericks now location, used to be a stock house there for cows and stuff. We were all the way down there to sell our deals from this location. First telephone came in Carrollton in the 1890s. Lights first came to Carrollton private home in 1913. But all this history and so much of it, I truly believe that we do need a museum for everybody. The museum now, we spend $500,000 a year just for one white family. I think it's time, Carrollton, Texas, it's time for your heart and your minds to join together. Let's do justice. Let's do right for everybody. See how we sitting here now? In the 50s, when I came along, and the kids now are so blessed to have opportunity. That's why I try to work so hard now. Before my time to go home, to see they blessed and to teach. When I first walked out off of my property to go to school, the yellow bus came up. By the time we came out, I went to get on the yellow bus with my little white girlfriends, about 6 years old, same age. Once I walked on, the man told me, he said, "Boy, get off of here." I found out I was a boy at 6 years old. I had to walk from out on Keller Spring past 35 to go to school. We would walk down, we was like in Africa, if I look at it now, because we used to get on the freeway. I mean, get on Keller Spring walking. If we saw a car coming, we would go out in the woods, out in the weeds and lay down because we was afraid of the white folk, what they would do to us. We wouldn't take the road, we'd take the railroad track. Then when they get to the trestle, looking off in there at 6 years old, we'd be afraid. We'd get on our knees, we'd crawl across the railroad track, trying to get an education at the little black colored school. We had, I first started, we had coal. One day be your day to go out and get the coal to make the stove right in Carrollton, Texas. We only had one teacher. Taught from the 1st to the 8th grade. Wasn't too much teaching going on. But we did the best we could do. Once you finished the 8th grade, there was no high school to go to. If you went up to the white school, the red building, you would get kicked out. You get run off. So I went to Booker T. Washington, my family, downtown Dallas, just to try to get a little education. 1960, my father passed away. I had to become a father. I had just finished school. Went on another year and finished high school. I had two little old nappy-head black sisters. I said, Mama, by me going to town, I found out about the NAACP, found out where they were located at, and I had to become father, so I told my mother, enough is enough. My sisters not going through what I went through. So we contacted NAACP, we turned attorneys in 1960. It came out, and one of them was involved with this Oklahoma deal, getting burned down and get bombed, his people. Taking time out, I appreciate that. Principals for being so open in our school district. I'm married. I guess somebody already called me and tell me to sit down. I'm gonna ask before I leave. See, sometimes I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. But see, you don't get I have to make my own opportunities by giving programs. I don't get invited to, people don't want to hear this kind of stuff. You don't get invited to no Chamber of Commerce. You don't get invited to no school board, no city projects to come and talk about this kind of stuff here. So I have to spend money, a lot of time out of my pocket to be able to get a place to speak. So this is the only way I can tell the story, try to help people. I'm here not to down nobody. I'm trying to educate you because you don't even know what's going on. Most of you know have been discriminated, but you have, but it's so intelligent now you don't even know it. But see, I was in the dirty stuff, in the mud and stuff, all the way up. Got all these different names in my brains and stuff, confusion going on. But God kept me focused, still be able to stand today. 80 years old, walking and jumping, and heck as a jaybird. And got a little money in my pocket too. Hey, I'm not gonna keep the time. I'm finna sit down. But I would ask those, might not be but two or one, those that really feel that we should get the history out and be fair about it. We do have a museum, taxpayers spending like $500,000 a year. I've asked our city and opportunity for everybody to have opportunity to show our history and show what we have done so much for this community. And they keep telling me that, I don't know, that's the ongoing money. But we're spending $500,000 for a white family. And can't no other white, can't no other Spanish, nobody else put anything in there. And we haven't paid a great price. Like I was said, that black people's got that many names. My name now, Willie, takes me back to a plantation. Garcia takes him back to Mexico. He got a country. We don't have a country. Our name don't take us to a country. It takes us back to our plantation. It's time to do better. Think about what we went through, what you've done to peoples. Come on, y'all. Oh, thank God. I don't need to take the time, but somebody need to hear it.
It's Rainwater Poetry Contest and Art Contest. And as you can see to the right of me, we have a few of what was handed in, displayed, some poetry and some art. And I am so happy that myself and our assistant principal, Jenna Fisher, is going to hand out these awards. So we'll start with art. Third place for art is Presley Lieberman. Please come up to the front, Presley. You're here. Y'all give her a hand. Second place for the art contest goes to Maricela Briones. And first place for the art contest goes to Natalie Williams. And all of their artwork, once again, is displayed over there. Congratulations, y'all. All right, and for the poetry contest, third place goes to Sophia and Doris. Sophia, are you still here? You won, my love. Angelina, I wrote your sister's name. Angelina. I have her sister's name. Second place goes to Riley Faulkner. Awesome. And first place goes to Lucas Knobloch. And those are our winners for the contest.
Thank you all for being here today. I would like to take this opportunity and first introduce some of our council members that are here. If you could please stand up. In fact, if you want to join me up here, that I'll ask you to join us. So we got Councilmember Adam Poulter, we got Councilmember Rusty Pendleton, we got Councilmember Richard Fleming, and we got Councilmember Young Sung. Torchbearer throughout their community, more than one in our case. You know, ours can be wrapped up in the family name Rainwater, but there are so many names that we have. I'll ask that we have Reverend Rainwater please join us up front, if you would please. Because in Carrollton, we know that freedom is not free. We know that it takes a lot of work. We heard a lot of history here, and Reverend Rainwater is exactly right when he said that he's taught me a lot. I learned so much from Reverend Rainwater every time I visit with him, he and Juanita and his entire family. And I encourage all of you to spend some time with the Rainwater family, spend some time with all of our elders, and learn the stories and understand history, because, and I mean all the history. You know, this history that we hear from Reverend Rainwater is not always comfortable. I'm a white man standing up here. It's not always comfortable, but I can tell you it's necessary that all of us hear it and understand it and learn from it. I'm a big fan of this family, of this man, of his wife, and what his mother has done. So on behalf of our council, I have a proclamation as we celebrate Black History Month to really recognize Annie Hedge Rainwater as really our local Martin Luther King, if you will, who took the fight to the courts, fought for integration of our schools, and integrated our schools. I heard the stories from this Rainwater family during some of their reunion celebrations that they hold every single year, by the way, and I invite, hopefully on behalf of the Rainwater family, everyone to come out to those. It's typically Juneteenth in June. And that Rainwater celebration, you'll hear these stories. I've read the book about this, and I encourage all of you to do that because that's important for us. So on behalf of our city council, whereas born on February 3rd, today, Annie Hedge Rainwater was an important and vital citizen who helped the entire community in Carrollton. And whereas Annie Hedge Rainwater played a role in making it possible for people and children of all colors, nationalities, and races to attend school in the Carrollton Farmers Branch Independent School District, changing the lives of Carrollton citizens. And whereas Annie Hedge Rainwater's legacy lives on having the Annie Hedge Rainwater Elementary School dedicated in her honor to forever signify the outstanding work she did for the Carrollton community. And whereas the city of Carrollton is forever grateful for Annie Hedge Rainwater and her entire family for the contributions they have made to our community, we will forever appreciate her dedication and service to making Carrollton a more inclusive and better place for people to call home. Now therefore, I, Steve Babick, Mayor of the City of Carrollton, Texas, do hereby proclaim February 3rd, 2023 as her birthday and as Annie Hedge Rainwater Day as we celebrate Black History Month here in Carrollton. Thank you. I want to also, this morning I was actually attending a podcast at the Vintage House as we think about history. And three little gifts called my name as we celebrate today. These are three bracelets that I'm going to give to Reverend Rainwater to share with his family. One is dream, right? Dare to dream. We know Martin Luther King had a dream. We know Annie Hedge Rainwater had a dream. Dare to dream, all of you all out there, and certainly keep the dream alive. I have a hope that we will all keep that dream alive, that we will all do our part, regardless of the color of your skin, to make sure that Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream and Annie Hedge Rainwater's dream is alive and well, stronger tomorrow than it is today, which is stronger today than it was yesterday. We need to keep moving forward. And by the way, as we move forward, let's recognize that all of us are here out of love. And if you know the Rainwaters, the word love is absolutely at the forefront of how they lead their congregations, how they lead their family, how they serve their community. It's from their heart. And while it might be uncomfortable, know that it comes from love. So thank you so much, Reverend Rainwater.
Our Father and our Lord, at this time right now, oh my God, mend our hearts together. Mend our love together, Lord. Mend our spirits together. Lord, Lord, God, Lord, remove hate. Move softness. Teach us, Father. Oh, teach us how to love each other. Teach us how to come together and be one people, Lord, like you created us to be. We don't all want ourselves. You paid a price for us. My God, teach us. Be with us today. Bless this family. Bless everyone here today. As they head their way this afternoon, oh my God, have a blessing upon this family. Get our minds, Lord. Renew our minds, renew our heart, renew our spirit. Move some things out of us. Get some junk out of us, Lord, and replace it with some beautiful love and understanding. In your son's name, amen. Amen.
From the principal here. I am truly honored to have y'all here for this event. I do have to say one thing that is amazing about getting to know the Rainwater family, but also just serving the community, is this school is truly a family in and of itself. We would not have been able to put on this performance without the amazing staff that we have here. And you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, right? So I wanted just to take a moment to recognize some people who truly helped put this whole thing together. So the first is Miss Lopez with the choir, for dedication to We have Miss Marla Smith. I mean, she is the brains. Rainwater family. So Mr. Rainwater, if you would come up, we just have a small token. He has such love for our children that we wouldn't be in education if we didn't love the little ones. I mean, it shows through every day. We are so thankful for everything you do for this school, but also our community. I hope that everyone has very safe travels. If you came from out of town, thank you for our families that came. We love your little ones. We can't wait to see them again on Monday. We have missed them. Thank you to our city members who have come. We really appreciate having you. Please take the time to open up the library if you would like to check that out as it is new. And again, just thank you so much for coming. It's been a great event. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing LLC. And I have a special person right here in front of this camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and tell us a little bit about Any Heads Rainwater and this event they have put on today.
Absolutely. I am Louis Jenkins, and it is indeed a great honor to be here with the school and the kids, the principal, and Mr. and Mrs. Rainwater as we celebrate the history and legacy of his family. It is indeed an awesome program. You know, when I look at the kids and the integration of the kids and how they embrace all of the different things that were going on among African Americans and all the other cultures that are involved in the city of Carrollton, I just love the way that the kids did the various aspects of MLK speech, I Have a Dream. It was absolutely awesome that each of the kids had a significant part that they came forth and represent I Have a Dream, and that it's by the content of the kids that they talked about how they were going to be judged, how they were going to be open, how they were going to work, that they were going to be the one that was going to be selected, and they were going to be the chosen one to bring forth the freedom among themselves. And we have to start with the kids. And I love that doing this at this elementary school, because now the kids are learning about Black history and they're embracing it, and it's becoming a part of their lives. And it's not just Black lives, it's about American history. And African American is playing a significant part and has played a significant part in all of the history of America.
And let me ask you this, man. What would you say, what kind of words do you have for Mr. Willie Rainwater, man, for putting on a special event like this and creating a amazing atmosphere, multicultural like this?
You know what they say? They said that in order to bring about a change, you need someone with conviction, with faith, and a vision. And Brother Rainwater, Reverend Rainwater, he has all of those things. He is committed to the cause. The city of Carrollton has a resource that is within him that is great for the city, that is great for African American, and great for all of the people of the city of Carrollton because of the way that he has committed himself, his family, his ministry to bringing a change and bringing the visibility of the history and the contributions that people in the city has made to this city to make it what it is today.
Thank you, man. That is such an awesome word. We appreciate you taking out the time for this interview. Any last shout outs that you want to give, man, to friends, family, people here, and how can people find more information about you on social media, sir?
Well, what I would say is that one of the things that Reverend Rainwater said is that we have to lead with love and truth. And sometimes when we look at history, history has eliminated some part of the truth. So we have to bring forward the truth in love. And then when we do that, we can begin to embrace not just one particular culture, but all of the culture. I always say that if you look at people, you can see how great God is, because God didn't just make one person. God is so talented in the things that he does, so powerful in that he made a rainbow of people. And that's why we are all different. And then we have to embrace that through relationship and through love for one another.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you talk about me being on podcasts and those kinds of things, I basically eliminate myself from those, but I do have a Facebook, and I do have Instagram and those things. So it's LL Jenkins on Facebook, as well as the same thing on podcasts.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking out the time to the interview. We pray you stay blessed by the best and keep supporting this Rainwater family, man. Thank you so much.
Will do. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak and share my thoughts.
Thank you. What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I have a gentleman right here in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and tell us your thoughts about this amazing day for any Rainwater Elementary School, any heads Rainwater.
Oh, yeah, well, my name's Ron Branson. I had the honor of serving as mayor of Carrollton for 3 years, 2008 to 2011, and I've been a friend of Willie's for a long time. In fact, we call ourselves brothers.
Yeah.
But he's got a very important message that he delivers, and it's good for us to remember. In fact, I grew up in North Carolina, and I can't remember, I was around 12 years old when we had a thing like, I called the Woolworth sit-in in Greensboro, North Carolina. Which that time, I didn't really understand all the big issues, everything, but I knew that it was important, and it's become more important every year. And if you don't remember the history, you're going to tend to repeat it, so it's good that we keep the message out there.
And let me ask you this, how important is it for, like Willie himself, to have such a boldness for this type of topic and for it to be such a positive thing and hopefully it to be infectious with a lot of people and spread throughout this country, you know?
Well, sometimes you got to kick people in the butt to get their attention. And he tends to do that once in a while, but he does it with respect, and he has the reverence to keep it that way, and people respect him for that.
Awesome, man. And as far as being a former mayor, man, what type of responsibilities did that entail, and how does it tie together with what they're doing here with the Rainwater family?
Well, it tied in that we always had to look out for the good of everyone. And you can't do everything for everybody. You got to prioritize, and you got to make sure that everyone's included. And that's what we do as mayors, as good mayors. We make sure that everyone has the proper chance to give their input, and it's given due consideration. We make the improvements where we can.
And last question here, when you hear the name Willie Rainwater, what comes to your mind?
Willie's my brother, and I don't know, I'll throw this out there. Willie had a kidney transplant from a white donor. I had a heart transplant from a 14-year-old African-American out of Mississippi. So we share a lot. Willie and I share a lot.
Any other shout-outs, or how can people find more information about yourself, whether it be social media or?
Well, I go to Aldersgate United Methodist Church on Old Denton Road, and everyone's invited. So come on by any Sunday. We'd be glad to see you there.
Thank you for the interview, sir. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and an amazing gentleman in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are and what's your reason for being here today.
Hi, Chris. My name is Steve Babick. I'm the mayor of Carrollton. I'm here to, as Carrollton always does, turn out and support our Rainwater family in the Black History Month and celebrate Annie Head's Rainwater in particular.
Awesome, man. Tell everybody that's not here about the amazing atmosphere that's here at the event today.
A lot of energy. This is a lot of energy, a lot of diversity, a lot of people from various backgrounds, and it really is awesome when you get that together and the energy level that's there. A lot of music, a lot of heart, a lot of soul coming together, really allowing our hearts to smile.
How do you feel like having something like this year by year has a mental play on children and a positive outlook?
It's absolutely positive, right? I mean, these children, year after year, celebrating our past and understanding how they fit into the current and the future, it's so important. We need to inspire. We need to potentially fan that flame that's inside of them so that one day they become the next leaders of Carrollton.
And let me ask you this, Willie Rainwater, who's putting this together and has a lot of responsibility on him, as being a mayor, how do you balance yourself and also have a passion for something like this, which you have a lot of other things that you have to deal with as well? How do you find time to balance those as a mayor?
It's a good question, but it's ultimately priorities and managing your time. You prioritize, you can't attend everything. But there are some things that you're just not going to miss. And an event like this is just too important nowadays. Like I said up there on the stage, you know, we are better today than we were yesterday. We need to be far better tomorrow than we are today. And it's things like, it's events like this and awareness like this that's going to get us there. And only through involvement and prioritizing things, events like this will I do my part.
Perfect, man. And when you hear that name, Willie Rainwater, when you first met Willie, what was your impressions and what was the connection that tied you two together like that?
You know, Willie is he's one of those men that he and Juanita both and his entire family, it's the heart. When I hear him, when I talk to him, he's an educator at heart. He's always teaching. Yes, he preaches. Yes, he can scold you at times, but he is always teaching and always from his heart. And that's what really attracted me. And is anytime somebody's going to speak from their heart, it may be uncomfortable at times,
right,
but it's from the heart. And I know he intends only to make me a better person because of it.
Perfect. And when people feel a little uncomfortable, how do they find balance with the positive message?
I think the balance comes by checking your own emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really opening your ears. It's back to, we have two of these and one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use them in that ratio. Let's listen more than we speak.
Thank you, sir. How can people find more information for you? They want to follow you and the things you have going on in this world.
I'm on Facebook, again, Steve Babick, at Steve Babick, or at Babick, the number 4 Carrollton on Facebook, or you can find me on the City Hall website as well, steve.babick. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the interview and your support, and keep doing what you're doing for this community, sir.
Thanks so much, Chris. Bye-bye.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I have a gentleman right here in front of your camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and your reason for being here today at Annie Head's Rainwater Elementary School.
Well, my name is Bahram Jalalizadeh, BJ. Most people here know me. Reason for coming is a Black History Month. It's something that we believe in, race unity and ideal of oneness of mankind. And having great relationship with the city of Carrollton, working with Willie and Juanita and the Christ Community Connection, and even before then, Carrollton Community Connection for many years. So that's a continuation of a journey that we've been working together.
Wow. And so you've been doing it for a while and have probably met so many people. Where did the original passion come from to want to bring unity such as what Mr. Willie Rainwater is doing here?
Well, I'm Persian. I came from Persia, so I came from another country here. And as I came here and I went to University of Oklahoma, I began to actually notice the prejudice which existed. And it did not take that long for a newcomer, a new young student, to see a different way in that area in Oklahoma the prejudice was existed. And I began to reflect on it. That was not my belief. I believe in oneness of mankind. Even in Persia, I believe in oneness of mankind and hospitality and love for everyone. So as I moved here for my career, we decided, and after I got married, decided to work in activities that essentially brings race unity. And being part of the Baha'i community, which fundamentally believe in oneness of mankind based on justice, race relation is critical to the success of this unity. And I think it's one of the most challenging issues facing America. And therefore, my wife and I began to get involved in every aspect of working with different people, different religion, different society, different churches, different genders. So a lot of our friends are African American, a lot of our friends are Hispanic, of all people. And also particularly myself, I work in an industry which is a global industry. I'm in telecommunication field. So I deal with every country, every human being on earth, so I travel a lot. So that relationship, seeing everyone as one, has connected me to this community, being part of this community has connected me.
Wow. Wow. So let me ask you this too, man. I can talk to you all day. Let me ask you this. How important is it instilling this into the children? You know what I'm saying? Before they become adults, because you know, as people become adults, it's hard to break stuff. You know, break those habits and your belief system. How good is it to instill their belief system now?
Actually, I think it's one of the foundational. If you wanted to change a society, first it starts at you, then home, with your family raising children with that essence, and then in educational system. So I think education from birth or even pre-birth is really a big part of learning. And the idea of learning and understanding that we all one, no one is superior than somebody else, regardless of their color, regardless of their country, nationalities, gender, and all kind of prejudice that needs to go. The education is the only means, and education can be of any kind, not only school education, but spiritual education, society education, community building is critical in the fabric of building a community with children have that identity, they're part of this community, beyond themselves, beyond their own family, that they belong to a community which everyone sees each other as one.
Wow, man, that is so amazing. How can people find more information about you on social media or anything like that?
Well, maybe the best thing is my name is BJ, again, Jalalizadeh. My number is, I give you my number, 972-693-1638. That's my mobile number. My email address is bj@maveneer.com. That's the company that we have built. It's in telecommunication, and anyone that needs to have access, I'll be happy to work with anyone who believes in this foundational and most important issue, oneness of mankind based on justice, and solving the racial and healing the racial wounds which is in this country, but in a positive way, and bringing people together. No guilt on anyone. It is all, we're all one in it together to change, transform society. Together.
Wow, man. We need more people like yourself. Thank you for the interview, sir, and continue doing what you're doing for the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
What's up, y'all? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I got a gentleman right here in front of this camera. Tell everybody who you are, sir, and what's your purpose and how you enjoyed the day here at Annie Heads Rainwater Elementary School.
Yes, sir. I'm Kevin Falconer. I'm currently Denton County Commissioner, but just finished my term as mayor last year. I was mayor for 5 years and on city council for 6 here in Carrollton, and a long-time resident of Carrollton and a long-time fan of the Rainwater family.
Wow, man. Tell us about some of the things that you think the Rainwaters are doing out here and how it plays into what it is that you are doing as in your role here.
Well, you know, I would say one of the things that Mr. and Ms. Rainwater do so well is educate. They have been a mentor to me, and through all these years that I've known the Rainwaters, they've really helped me to see a perspective that as a white guy I can't necessarily see, right? And so it has been very, very educational for me, and even today, not just educational, but inspirational. And so they bring those two together so well, and that's what we saw today in this event, where we got to hear some things that are very educational, but at the same time, this was such an inspirational thing. Seeing those kids,
right.
And you know what, there's something special for me because in addition to the fact that I love the Rainwaters, all 3 of my daughters went all the way through their education, of their elementary school education right here in this school named for Annie Heads Rainwater. And so they've always known the Rainwater name, and they always will, right? We always remember our elementary school. And so this holds a special place coming in here and getting to hear and see all of this program right here in the Rainwater Elementary brings back so many good memories for me. And it's just always such an uplifting event that the Rainwaters do.
Where can people find more information about you? And then the last question would be, if they continue something like this going on, instilling this goodness into the children and as well as to the adults, man, what type of goals do you think that they can achieve by continuing doing something like this in the next couple of years?
Well, I think that they've had a dream, and they've been working towards that dream, and they've fulfilled so much of that. And you get to see that when you put your effort into action in this country, we can make a difference. We got a long ways to go. But there's, as Mr. Rainwater even said today, compared to when he was 6 years old and to these 6-year-olds that are here today, a big difference. So we need to remember we aren't finished, but we can see that there's progress being made. And so you can contact me. Denton County has a website, so all of our information is there. But my email is firstname.lastname@dentoncounty.gov. So kevin.falconer@dentoncounty.gov, and I'd be happy to have anyone like to email me anything, and I'd be happy to respond anytime.
Thank you so much for the interview. Keep doing what you're doing, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You got it. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC. And it's a special person in front of the camera. Tell everybody who you are and why you're here today at the Annie Heads Rainwater Elementary School.
Well, I am Reverend Crystal Bates. I am the proud president of DFW Metro NAACP. We cover Carrollton, Capel, Louisville, Flower Mound, and Grapevine. I am also the president and founder of C Bates, which stands for Communities Building Attitudes to Encourage Success. That's my own personal nonprofit organization. And I'm also a proud member of and officer for the Capel Rotary Club. I serve also with the state of Texas NAACP conference as their vice chair for the Environmental Affairs Committee. And then lastly, I am the logistics coordinator and legislative coordinator for Our Vote, Our Voice, which is a nonpartisan Get Out the Vote coalition.
Awesome. Wow. So first question to ask you, how do you find balance? How many brains do you have to find balance to do all these things?
Because I serve such an amazing God that when he gives us a passion, he gives us an assignment, he gives us a calling, he also provides. And he also qualifies. And he also makes a way out of no way. And so if it were not for him, I would not be standing here. Today I celebrate my birthday. So
Happy birthday. Oh, we're going to have to turn up for her birthday, y'all. That's amazing. Let me ask you this about today's event, man. It's so multicultural, and tell us a little bit about what you think about the atmosphere of what's been created here.
Today it was awesome, and I will say this was my first time having the opportunity to attend. We also participated in the Martin Luther King parade that you all held, and that's how I found out about this. And we have a newsletter that Reverend Rainwater sends information, so we always put you all's information in our newsletter. So I definitely, and of course, since your grandmother, she celebrated her birthday yesterday, I definitely didn't want to miss the opportunity to come out and celebrate.
Awesome.
But listen, such amazing and a wealth of information, even in the climate where with all the CRT debates and with the removal of books and then the discussion of omitting African American history in our schools. This was necessary. It was necessary. It was needed. It was so on point. And yeah, it might have been some people uncomfortable. But hey, if you're uncomfortable, that means you get out and use your voice, use your power to speak up against. Because when God reveals things to us and when we become knowledgeable of things, that means we have an obligation to stand up. So I hope those that were uncomfortable will show up, show out, and speak up. Because if you're just uncomfortable and you leave and you don't come back and speak power, because I think I was hearing something, now I'm going to have to ask some questions. But it sounds like there's a museum here, but then there's some information being omitted. And so I'm concerned about this. I'm going to have to get the rest of that information, so we'll see what's going on.
So tell everybody, how can they find more information about you?
Okay, you can visit my website, cbates.org, or that's for my nonprofit organization. You can connect with our NAACP branch at DFW Metro, NAACP. You can find us on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm Reverend Crystal Bates. Connect with us, get involved, and make a difference.
Perfect. Thank you for the interview, and thanks for coming today. Keep doing what you're doing.